It does sound familiar. Sounds a little Patriots-esque. I don't think we should have this conversation unless we have it in 20 years, but let's do it. Are the Chiefs turning into the next Pats?
I think there's a lot of similarities into how the Patriots built their team. The difference was they found Tom Brady in the 6th round and had to make a tough decision and get rid of Drew Bledsoe. With the Chiefs, they went up and they got Patrick Mahomes and then rolled the dice and made a tough decision and traded Alex Smith. I look at what Sammy Watkins is saying about happy place. I think a lot of people can appreciate that right now and what the world is going through and saying, you know what, I like having a job. I like my colleagues. I really love what I do every day. Do I need to try to break the bank on this contract, or do I just want to be in a happy place and be comfortable and try to compete with these guys? The one takeaway I had being around the Chiefs a little bit last year and over the last few years doing sideline games, and I've done a couple Chiefs games, is how much these guys love and appreciate each other. You can say, well, every team does it, and that's not true. Not every team has a blast at practice. Not every team loves their head coach. Not every team loves their offensive coordinator. And not every team has guys like Anthony Sherman, who year after year comes back for taking one-year contracts and loves being with them. Mahomes saying, yeah, you know, you can rip me on Pro Football Talk for not trying to break the bank in every single way, when in fact, I just wanted to get stability and 10 years to be here. Like, I love people who appreciate just the comforts of what they have in the present, as opposed to always trying to do the next thing and break it. Look, I don't know if they're going to win again. I don't know if they're going to win 5 Super Bowls. I don't know if they're going to win even an AFC championship again. But I hear what Sammy Watkins is saying, that in this day and age, stability, comfort, and happiness does have a place in addition to the dollars. It also helps that 2 years ago, when no one was offering $16 million, it was the Chiefs who looked at Sammy Watkins and said, we are going to break the bank on you. And in a way, this feels like he's giving it back a little bit and saying, I'm not going anywhere. You guys took a risk on me when my foot was an issue. We won a Super Bowl. He made a huge play against the Titans, made a huge play against the Texans, and of course, he made that play on Richard Sherman in the Super Bowl. I think Sammy Watkins is just fine, and I think this says a lot about the Kansas City Chiefs and how much they're happy to play with each other, money aside.
This Watkins quote should be printed out, and it should go in Patrick Mahomes' trophy case next to his MVP and next to his Lombardi, because it's a massive tribute to him and to Andy Reid that you have someone saying, I like it here. I want a piece of Mahomes. I like playing for Andy Reid. We're coming off, guys, months and months of talking about Jamal Adams and the exact opposite of it, where he was miserable there and there wasn't a fit and get me out of here and I want all the money, which is fine. But it's what Peter's talking about. If you think all 32 teams, everyone's just happy to be playing pro football and have a job, it's ridiculous. I think it's a huge, huge compliment to Mahomes. But as far as the question on the bottom of the screen, like, no, they're not the next Patriots. There's little seedlings maybe of things that we're seeing where they want to be part of a winning deal. But there's a long way to go. Nine Super Bowls. 9, not 1. They went to 9 of them. There's so much more work to be done. Listen, you can't immediately start lumping them in with the greats. I love the young lady from Lady Bird, Saoirse Ronan, but one Oscar nom does not make her Streep. Let's just take a little bit. This right here is a legendary dynasty, and let's not also think it's all milk and honey with the Patriots. This team that's so player-friendly, and this is a team that cut Ty Law, moved on from Willie McGinnis, traded Richard Seymour, Deion Branch, poof. They get cold-blooded when they need to. So here's the test. It's so fun to play with Reid and Mahomes. Let's see what Tyreek says. Let's see what Tyreek says when he has another massive season and wants to be the highest paid wide receiver in all of football. Is he going to be like, well, no, but I like it here? Or is he going to be like, who's paying me? Get me out of here. He really is the test.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Listen, when it comes to these guys becoming a dynasty like the Patriots, I'll answer that question a decade from now. But from a financial standpoint, are they starting to adopt some of the things that we've seen the Patriots do, which is guys take less so they can have a better team? I said the answer is no. The Chiefs aren't the new Patriots or turning into the Patriots. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they're rewriting the blueprint of what success looks like. Peter touched on it. They gave Sammy Watkins a lot of money. I commend him for coming out and speaking in a way that most players should, team over money first. But let's be very clear. They broke them off early. So Sammy Watkins, he got some M's in the bank. And when it comes to these other players, Honey Badger, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and of course, Pat Mahomes, defensive side of the ball, Frank Clark, all these different dudes that they broke off, Chris Jones, they all got money. So what I feel like the Chiefs are doing is something that is different. The reason I said they're rewriting the blueprint is because if they love you, if they like you, they're going to pay you. And then they'll deal with stuff on the back end. I think that's the best way to do it. Listen, if you're a team and you know that you have a chance to be successful, why not say, you know what, Sammy Watkins, we like the way you run routes. You could anchor this wide receiver core until we build around it. We're going to give you as much as you deserve, maybe even more than what you could have received on the market. Excuse me, I'm getting emotional about Sammy Watkins and his money. But when it comes to them giving him money, at the end of it, they come at him and say, all right, we broke you off. You made some money. Now let's adjust it. I honestly believe that's the best way an organization can treat a player. Give him a lot of money up front load the contract, and then at the back of it, you say, you know what, we're going to have to adjust it. If you want to stay here and you want to win some more and have a chance of being a champion again, I think this is the new blueprint, and I love it.
Oh, way to get schmoopy on a Monday, Nate. I love that, too. It all depends on, are the Chiefs turning into the next Patriots, our screen says. What does that mean, the next Patriots? Is it winning 3 out of 4 Super Bowls in their first wave of winning, or is it the fact that they, after that, were consistently competing for the Super Bowl for the next 19 years? They were pretty much always at the top, or they were right in it. That's what they have to do. And then it's doing that when changes are made, as you guys are saying. That's the Patriots. That's the bar that dynasty has set. So time will tell. Maybe we'll revisit this in 10 years, guys, in a decade, right here.
All right. Season 14.